Hey guys, if you don't know who I am, my name's Natalia and you're watching Okay, so if you clicked on this video, you're probably about to apply to the DCP, the Disney College Program. And you're probably looking for some helpful tips that'll help you get in. I'm gonna go ahead and drop some of the tips and tricks that got me accepted into the program as a freshman on my very first try. I'm not saying this to brag, I'm just trying to, give out hope. Even though it's kind of daunting to apply for the first time because you have no clue what the application process is like, I'm here to explain it and give some helpful tips. But like I said, in no way am I saying that by following everything I say, you're gonna get in immediately. Sorry, I don't think there's anyone that does these videos that really knows the real truth behind the DCP application. So if you're like,
Natalia, I have no clue what that is. I just clicked on this video because it was on autoplay.
Well, the Disney College Program is an internship, but essentially it's more like a work-study/study abroad program because you're there to work. You don't necessarily have to study unless you do the Disneyland one, I think. Don't quote me on that because I'm only doing the Disney World one. You can take online classes from the university you're currently at, and Disney offers seminars that are free that you can take that kind of give you more of an in-depth look into the corporate side of Disney. You are eligible to do it during any semester of college as long as you have finished one full semester. So like me, I just got into college, I finished my freshman fall semester, and now I'm going to do the program my freshman spring semester. Well, just in case you're about to graduate and you're like, whoa, I didn't hear about this until now, you are eligible to apply for the program or do the program up until like 1 year after you graduate. So if you graduate in May 2018, you have until May 2019 to apply. So now that I explained what the program was, I'm gonna go ahead and start with the preparation tips. When preparing for applications to drop, I do recommend going ahead and looking at the Disney College Program website just because they have a section where it says live, learn, and earn, which does go into an in-depth look of the living, learning, and earning parts of doing the Disney College Program. So basically just study up on it, like watch other videos, other YouTube videos like this one, or even DCP vloggers who have done the program already and vlog their entire program, so you can see what it's like, see if it's for you, if it's not for you, and make sure you talk to an advisor because you never know if your university is gonna give you credit for it or not. And if you can't get credit, might as well, right? Another tip I have for the preparation aspect is to join the DCP Facebook group for the applications that are coming up. Like for right now, since fall 2019 applications are about to drop in 2 days, a lot of people join the fall 2019 group, and a lot of alumni are actually in the group. You wouldn't know that, but they are, and they're there to help you if you want someone to look over your application, or if you just have any general questions or even in-depth questions regarding the program. It's also a way for you to meet new people if you do get accepted in the program. A lot of people go through the Facebook group to get to know who their potential roommates are or their potential cast members. So once you got the preparation over with, applications drop in either late January, early February, or late August, early September. And what most people really want to do as soon as they apply is send in their application. Stop. Do not rush your application. I cannot stress this enough. That initial application is probably the most important part of the program because that's what kickstarts the rest of the processes. If your application doesn't go through, that's it, you're done. You're gonna have to wait till the next semester because Disney only allows you to apply once a semester. So I would recommend reading through the application, making sure your work experience really is relevant to what you're applying for, what roles you're interested in, because they're going to go off of your work experience. That's the only personalization you have to the application. Other than that, they just ask you what university you go to and what class you're in. So really work on using kind of magic words like guest and safety, cast member, stuff like that. That's Disney lingo that will spice up your application, because although we don't know if there's an algorithm or not, there might be, and that algorithm picks up on words like that. So I would recommend using words that are more relevant to Disney than your previous jobs. Really explain your responsibilities at those jobs so that they can see what role is best fit for you. Talking about the roles, make sure you put either high, moderate, low, or no interest. Because if you put low interest or moderate interest in a job that you do not want to do, there is a possibility that they're going to give you that role. even though you don't want to do it. So the next step in the application process is your WBI. Once you get the email saying you got your WBI, you will begin to freak out. No matter who you are, you're gonna freak out because you're one step closer to your dream, one step closer to making magic at the happiest place on earth. That's crazy, and you know, it gets you nervous because you don't know what exactly is going to happen in that next step. Now, I understand you're freaking out. It's exciting and enticing because you're worried that you won't pass your test. And unlike the application and the phone interview, you'll know exactly after whether you passed or not, or like pass or not. And that's kind of scary because in like the next 30 minutes, you'll know whether your DCP application journey is over or not. Well, my tips are to make sure you're calm when you're taking the test and be focused, because each question is there for like 60 seconds, and then I believe for one portion, each question is there for 30 seconds. When taking the WBI, the questions aren't necessarily going to be questions, they're going to be statements. And it's going to say, strongly disagree, disagree, neutral, agree, strongly agree. I recommend not being wishy-washy and choosing one of the strongest, whether it be strongly disagree or strongly agree. Because Disney wants to know that you're opinionated. They want to know that you have a voice. They want to be able to pick you out from the crowd, you know? Because there's a lot of people applying. And Disney knowing that you're self-aware really helps them understand whether you're fit for the role or not. So definitely try and stay away from those middle choices unless you absolutely have to. The WBI will have repeat questions that are just slightly different. Don't worry, don't freak out. Disney does it so they know they're getting an honest answer from you. While it is pretty simple to know that Disney doesn't want someone that's unorganized or late a lot, there are other questions that are harder to figure out what Disney wants to hear. So what I recommend is just being as honest as possible so that you know that if you do end up getting that offer, you were honest from the beginning and Disney wants you for you, not for the person you're pretending to be, just so that you can get to that next step, if that makes any sense. And if there is one question that you wish you could have changed, don't feel discouraged, because the WBI is trying to figure out whether you're fit for the Disney company or not. You're an amazing person no matter what. If Disney doesn't like you for that, well, maybe there's other opportunities that are more fitting for you. You never know. Maybe this is just, fate. So the next step is the phone interview, the PI. And now that you passed your WBI, you're that much closer to packing up all your things and screaming at the top of your lungs, I just got accepted into the DCP. Or at least posting about it everywhere on social media. But before you do that, you have to schedule your phone interview. And in order to do that, once you pass the WBI, they'll send you an email within like 30 minutes to schedule your phone interview. It'll ask you to choose a date and a time. Make sure you choose the right time zone. It's your time zone, not theirs. In all honesty, I think the PI is one of the hardest parts of the application process, just because on that other side of the screen is the person that's deciding whether they're going to send you an offer or not. And that can be scary, but I'm here to help. Although some people may have the urge to just schedule it for the next day, just to get it over with, get the nerves over with, Disney doesn't allow you to do that. And I'm actually happy that they do, because it allows you to prepare for the phone interview. So whenever you go to schedule it, it's normally 3 to 5 days after that day, if that makes any sense. So I took my WBI on October 23rd, and then I scheduled my PI October 29th. So that's like 6 days in between. Something that I did that I actually got from other YouTubers was writing out the potential questions that they could ask me on flashcards and writing my honest answer in a way that sounds like I'm talking and not just writing, if that makes any sense. Because the way you write sounds different from the way you speak. Now, I'm not saying you should plan every single question, but definitely try and look over the questions that they could ask you at least once or twice. And maybe on the more challenging ones, you should plan it out just in case you think you won't be able to answer well enough on the spot. So one of the biggest tips that I can give you guys for your PI, which I cannot stress enough, is to not sound forced. While you may be trying to sound calm and prepared, it can come off as robotic, and that's not something that your recruiter wants to hear. It's awkward for you and awkward for them. Make sure you show your emotions in your voice by not going full on monotone. It's okay to talk in different pitches. In fact, most recruiters actually appreciate that. While I am telling you guys that it's okay to showcase your emotions, this is a professional interview. So make sure you sound professional. Don't get too comfortable and incorporate text or Twitter lingo into the interview, because at the end of the day, this is still an interview and that person on the other side of the phone is still a recruiter. During the interview, you don't have to remind them that you love Disney so much. They're assuming that already. What you want to do is showcase your qualities and show them why they should hire you and give you an opportunity to do the program. Let them know why you're the best fit for any role you listed an interest in. Be yourself. Like I said for the WBI, recruiters can sense when you're trying to be someone else. And also, be confident. It's okay if you stumble around while saying or answering a few of the questions. No one's perfect, and the recruiters don't expect you to be. Super important tip. At the end of your interview, they're probably going to ask you if you have any questions for them. And if they don't, ask them if you can ask them questions, because that shows them that you're engaged and that you're truly interested in doing this program. I asked my interviewer questions like whether she had done the program before, and if she had, what was her role. And she told me, like I said in the other videos, link them up here, that she was a lifeguard. The recruiters go through a lot of interviews over the next 2 to 3 months. A lot. I recommend trying and making yours a little more memorable for them. So like, try and incorporate a little humor. I know whenever my recruiter laughed, it showed me she was engaged and that we were having a great interview. And I truly think that that makes like such a difference. If you feel like your interview went great, that's awesome. It doesn't completely guarantee you an offer, but it makes you more confident while you wait. Now, if you didn't feel that great after your interview, don't worry too much about it. It is an important part of the application process, but it's not do or die. There are a lot of people that don't feel that great or feel like they had a bad phone interview and they still make it through. So once you get your PI over with, you can finally take a breath because you know that after that step, it's no longer in your control. So don't stress too much if the day after your PI you don't get an offer, or even weeks after your PI you don't get an offer. Like I said before, everyone goes through the process differently. Maybe you haven't heard back yet because the recruiters are trying to find the best role for you. You never know, so just be patient and maintain hope. And that goes for every part of the application process. Maintain hope. That's like the biggest tip I could possibly give you, because it took me about 1.5 months to even get my WBI. During that entire time, I was like, no, you know what? I'm gonna get it. And I feel like that positive energy just brought it right back, and I finally got my WBI. So the last step of the application process is the offer, and I don't have any tips for that. That's it. You're literally in. You got accepted into the program. Go celebrate. Go scream it from the rooftops. Go post it on every social media imaginable. It's huge, and you should let people know that you're gonna get to do such an amazing program and make magic for so many people at the Walt Disney World parks. And if you don't get an offer email after your PI, that's okay. There's always next semester, and if not, you can always go to disneycareers.com or .org, I don't remember, and look for other jobs there. It's not the end of the world. There's always a chance to work at Disney. So just keep trying and maintain hope. Okay guys, so I'm pretty sure after watching this video, you will have a better chance at getting into the Disney College Program. And if you do end up getting into the Disney College Program, comment down below, because I would love to know if anyone actually followed my tips and used them and got in, because that would be so magical to me. Like, I was able to help someone else make magic. OMG guys, we're so close to 100 subscribers, so go ahead and subscribe, turn on the little bell so you get notified every time I post a video. Like and comment any questions you have regarding the DCP, or if you got into the DCP using my tips, or even if you got into DCP in general. And if you want to follow me behind the scenes, you can follow all of my social medias. I'll have that link down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. It truly means a lot to me, and I really hope this video helped you with your DCP application journey.